Okay. So again, leave it overnight to hit level cap. There we go. Yeah, the Henne Mines trick still works. So. And dog with her. Lower decks. Ba-ba-bum. Still waiting. Yeah, this game still looks better than most other MMOs out there. Well, they might look graphically better in some areas. You know, you just can't beat the level design. They actually make this world, you know, feel alive. Blah blah blah, fight him again. Yeah, I have the guts. Come on, look at the things I've faced before. I thought I was here for something else. Still gotta wait for that duty finder. It's like, oh my god, how long does it take? Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah, I think I have to go upstairs. Forming party. Oh good. Need one more defender, one more attacker. Drop frames. Oh, that motherfucker. See, now it's on, like, I see that text on the side. It's like, I don't care to see that text on the side. Stop viewing the fucking cutscene. Oh. Fuck, I died. How am I having trouble with this boss fight? Oh my god, I am off my fucking game today. Yeah, that fireball did me in. I'm like, what? I know it can't just be me. Seriously. Jesus. There we go. What is he doing? What? Ah, you guys. You guys. He's not even halfway done. What the hell? Seriously. Oh my god. People, don't die. Nope. Yeah. You know it's to come. They honestly don't even need my help here. They shouldn't even need my help. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. More Bay Docks. Okay, good. Yeah, that DPS, like, we had a good strategy. The strategy was solid after, like, the second round, but, or, you know, second time we got in. But, oh my god. It was the DPS. It just wasn't good enough. Which is a shame, because I thought it was. Hey, Super Dave! Thank you for the lurking. Yeah, I was playing Path of Exile this morning, and I'm feeling the burn a little bit. You know, especially just trying to level up my witch. So I'm playing Cruel Mode, the Dried Lake, you know, over and over again. It's perfect for me for leveling up. So. Orange juice. Deliver a bottle of orange juice. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yep, Temp League. And I'm using, you know, the League stones, such as, you know, having rare monsters, rogue exiles, whatever, you know, strong boxes. Anything that I can do to up my my EXP gain. What are these guys doing here? That's new. Wait a second. Mordona. Ah, it's in Mordona. Dar. Oh my god. Come here, behemoth. Yeah, next weekend I should have like 3 other new games. Such as PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Call of Duty, I think it's Call of Duty World War II, and some Vietnam game. So how's it going, man? Oh yeah, what happened? Nice. Tomorrow's for more PoE time, dude. That's all it means. More PoE. Yeah, I created a Marauder as well, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to focus on the Witch. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. Just been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, Path of Exile, and a few other games. You know. Just been trying to get things set up so that I want to have a constant stream of like a couple of certain games like Path of Exile and Final Fantasy XIV, but I also want to stream other games that are out there, like the upcoming Call of Duty games or Monster Hunter World. the South Park game, you know. So it's like I have to really manage my time. So it's like, you know, in the mornings I can do Path of Exile, afternoon, whatever new game is out there, and then in the evening it'll be Final Fantasy XIV. And I do want to get the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's definitely on my watch list. Who's this?
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
Ah, a plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I do get the attraction to PoE.
I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
Like, Path of Exile, don't get me wrong, it's a really fun game, but it doesn't have as much content as Final Fantasy XIV for me. Like, I'll still play Path of Exile as often as I can, for sure. Especially when, you know, the Fall of Oriath drops. I'm definitely gonna play it day one. But it's like Final Fantasy XIV has so much going for it, especially in Stormblood. Yeah. And there's so many other games coming out too. It's like, fuck. Now, I try to maintain a schedule for streaming.
You do not believe that so small a
but
bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
This guy right here.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Yeah. And, you know, I do have Black Desert Online, but I just can't get into it. Don't get me wrong, the game looks beautiful, but it's so boring. It is. It's like I am not interested at all in, like, the characters or what's going on. It's like there's no attraction. Forming party. Oh, nice. That must be for one of the bigger areas. Alright, New Grandia. And also Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age. You know, I'd like to actually beat that and get done with all like the hunt missions. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people are like that, you know, I get that too. It really depends on the MMO. Here's the thing, like, why I'm so into Final Fantasy XIV, and, you know, because I've been a fan of the Final Fantasy series since the first Final Fantasy. Like, I've played the first Final Fantasy when it came out, back in 1985, I believe, and I've been a fan ever since. So for me to get back and to even play Final Fantasy, 14, it's not a problem. I love it. And comparing it to other MMOs that are out there, like, yeah, you have WoW, and WoW does have a lot of content, but graphically, it's so ugly. I just can't get into it. I just can't. It's too cartoonish for me. Like, you look at like the like the cutscenes, like the CG cutscenes, they look fucking fantastic. You know, like for the intros, amazing. In game, yeah, it's like night and day. But that's the thing. It's like it has to be consistent. Yeah, yeah. For me, it has to be consistent. When you play Final Fantasy XIV, like the art style, yeah, sure, graphically it's not the same, but the art style, the coloring, everything, the environment looks and feels the same. So yeah, that's why I'm so nitpicky, and also that's why I like 14, Final Fantasy 14. It's just fun, and there's a lot to do, you know. Because even if you don't want to play the game for the story, you can do other things. You can go mining. You can have some of like the side jobs, like baking, cooking, fishing, whatever. You know, if you just want to be a character to help out with the clan, then you can do that. You have that freedom. So it's really awesome to have, you know, that amount of freedom to choose from. And the world does change as well. Like, Square Enix does put a lot of thought and effort into this MMO. Granted, when it first launched, it was a disaster, which is why I held back, because I did play Final Fantasy XI, and I was skeptical of Final Fantasy XIV when it was announced and launched. I was like, I don't know, Final Fantasy XIV might be a disaster. It was. And Square Enix apologized, and they redid everything, and now it's fucking amazing. So, yeah, there you have it. So, like, even when I'm done with the story, with the main story of this game, you know, I'll be doing the side quests, whatever, hunts, raids, try and get, like, the best armor and all that.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Damn. Lance of
Veterans of
lights.
Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Break it open.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Nero, buddy old pal.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Who is he? What's he doing here? Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Damn!
And as luck would have it,
You're all
graciously
standing
offering
on
you the
his
use of my
balls.
considerable expertise.
Alright, dude.
And what,
You
you
take
think
care.
it's
Thank you for
because
hanging
you're-
out. Thank you, Super Dave.
You're a fool if you think your deed to the Crystal Tower enough
See you
to
sometime on Path of Exile.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the academy, sharing both But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word? He makes me grind my teeth is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice.
Yep. you know that like what he's proposing is like the best solution, most rational. I wouldn't say most rational.
Would the council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Well, we've done crazier stuff before.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
They're all like nodding their heads like, yeah.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
The blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so Oh, that's cool. I have my own little squadron. No, insufficient rank? What? I thought I already reached like the highest rank. So weird. Interesting. Where are they? $226. There's more raids to do. Oh. Oh, right. I can't fly here. Still haven't joined a raid or anything. Oh my god. Are you serial?
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of It never ceases to amaze.
I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
It's like a kettle.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtar.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino.
By your leave!
gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
Alright.
In search of you,
Be right back.
For days and nights did I row across the angry sea.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Back again. Darkseid's back. Tell a friend. Had some sweet frog, what was it? Salted caramel and bubblegum. It's really interesting.
I made portents of spirits.
Ooh, feel better.
My own flesh to betray me over the
How's everyone doing
matter
tonight?
of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly, but now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused.
She has a point.
Dire peril or no, Were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Love this guy. Everyone's like, who? What? What's going on here? I don't know you. Alright, Ankh-Bot, what is going on with you? Why aren't you... Okay, so Ankh-Bot is connected. Here, let me go put this right up here. Been meaning to switch this around. So viewers... Okay, there we go. Better look good. Nifty. Oh, I like it. Excuse me. Nice. That dance. Still waiting on a party to be formed. Lovely. Yeah, might as well. I don't want to, but whatever.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
God, that hammer.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
For all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Okay.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Come on. Get into the battle already. Stop having me wait around.
This one will sting. Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike.
No holding back.
This guy's probably a pushover. What are these guys doing out there? You think that they'd be joining us?
It's all over now.
No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
You watching, Cavallero?
Your defense is lacking.
I have you.
This one will sting. Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike.
Yeah. This is a really easy fight. But oh yes.
You watching, Pavaliro?
No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
No moving back!
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel!
It's all over now.
An opening.
I have you!
This one'll sting.
Your defense is lacking.
Tis my right to strike!
You watching, Pavaliro?
No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
No moving back!
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel!
It's all over now.
This guy. Boy, I said, boy, you serious?
This one'll sting.
Your defense is lacking.
right to strike!
You watching, Pavolimo? No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon us, samurai of Doma!
Yeah, that's a little bit too close right there.
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel!
But
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
interesting.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing? I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Pavolimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free,
I don't think it was such a good idea to do that.
Show us what you can do.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Which would be a cutscene of like the past when the Alleghans were like, man, I honestly hope that no one releases Omega. Cut back to now. God damn it. Shinryu. Yeah, it's Shinryu. God. Oh, he does have legs. Very tiny legs. Doing Omega or Shinryu? Who won?
Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
All I had to do is reach out his hand.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalymo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Well. Alright, finally. Is that a... It's a fat chocobo. Yeah, it's a fat chocobo minion. Yeah, I might as well change it to all. I want that fat chocobo. I want it. Come here. 6 million. Let's see a fat chocobo. Serpent hatchling. Yeah, I don't have fat chocobo. I have Brina, but I don't have Calca. Adorbs. And all that time, I still haven't been invited to a raid. What? Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, Alpha, what do you have for me? Hawthorne Hut. Still waiting to form a party. Oh my god. Oh, your god. Yeah.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone.
It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalymo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalymo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalymo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them. I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalymo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalymo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice,
and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Right, okay. So I guess she's leaving. What? Skip that shit. So that's the Empire. That's the leader.
question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? You're just standing there. Go. Go, go, go.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lise. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lise's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Nope.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available? Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Sweet.
Ready, my friend? Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't trust
Don't
it
worry,
with her.
Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
No, she won't.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kosetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate. Together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Aww. No. Big samurai and little ninja. Oh well. What? Alright, where else? Oh, that's right. We didn't do that. We didn't finish it.
remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
That seems like a bad combination. Stormblood. Bah. Yeah, a lot of assumption. Oh, that's new. What? I can just purchase this? Mine's 2 spells. See, that's the thing. Is it Leshy? Alright, I can hear the storm from here. I'm gonna go ahead and save and quit. Yeah. Just too bad I wasn't able to do... Well, yeah, it's already forming a party, but... the storm is getting kind of dangerous. Just kind of. Alright, thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you Super Dave for hanging out and chatting. And thank you Itogesh for being a Game Wisp subscriber. It means a lot. And I will see you all tomorrow morning at 10:30 with some either Path of Exile or Final Fantasy XIV. We'll see. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Alright, bye.